People today are so confused. I believe it's not exaggeration to say that we live arguably in the most confusing generation. Perplexing, we simply often don't know what to do. For two reasons. Number one, we live in a postmodern era. Everything can be contested. Everything can be doubted. Everything is subjective. It's an era of moral relativism. Everything's relative. We don't know for sure. Everything is a question mark. Secondly, we live in the internet generation. For the first time in the history of the world, children growing up today are exposed to any and every piece of information from every corner of the globe, some of it most constructive and often destructive and confusing. We often are bewildered and simply confounded and don't know what to do. I believe that this is a blessing, but also has within it a great curse. And the curse is one of the curses mentioned in this week's Parasha, the list of long curses that says, Yakcha Hashem b'shigaon, God will smite us, God forbid, with madness, with ivaron, with blindness, Timhon Levav, unusual words, bewilderment of heart, confusion of the heart, a plague and a curse. And indeed, many of us might recognize this from the Yom Kippur Tefillah of the confessions, the Vidui, when we say, Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, Hashem, the sin that we may have sinned before you, Timhon Levav, out of confusion of the heart. So often we are confused and don't have the clarity necessary. I believe that the pandemic that we're all living through, which we hope and pray that in Tafshin Pei the coming year will be alleviated and be able to live within and overcome. There's so much confusion. Time and time again, the Prime Minister of Israel, the previous Prime Minister and the current Prime Minister are calling upon Israelis, almost 1 million who have the opportunity to get vaccinated, to vaccinate themselves. And I find it indeed bewildering, mind-boggling, that from 3 areas of authority in civic society, people have been called upon to vaccinate. Heads of governments across the world are calling on their citizens to vaccinate themselves. Secondly, heads of the healthcare systems all over the world are consistently talking about the virtues of the vaccinations with all of the concerns and the need for civic responsibility and the need to be able to, together as a society and a globe indeed, face the pandemic. And thirdly, from every walk of religious Jewish life, from all the different communities, rabbinic leaders coming out time and time again, calling on people to be vaccinated. Yet somehow there's confusion of the heart. For some it's because people have a bent towards conspiracy theories. Some people are just anti-establishment and questioning the authority. And for others, perhaps individual views unable to see with the clarity perhaps necessary to handle this pandemic as a society together. May we all have clarity and not confusion of the heart in everything that we do. And may we be blessed this coming year for clarity, moral and spiritual clarity in all areas of life, and be able together, Be'ezrat Hashem, as a people, a society and a world, to overcome the pandemic and to be able to live in a much better, healthier world together. Shabbat Shalom.